Am I just one-eared?
Yeah.
Oh, it came to the other one just for a second right now.
I can't. I'm not going to keep fucking with it, man.
Okay, all right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go for it.
We're just bantering right now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about mescaline. Because Mescalito needs to do mescaline.
Essentially.
He does. You called him out on it a while back.
Wasn't me. It was a friend saw when that episode posted when we did the first interview.
And have you tried mescal? I'm like, no.
No, the dude's like, man, has he even met Mescalito? Because in the teachings of Don Juan, that's like, that's part of the story.
Mescalito's Adobe.
Yeah. So, I wonder though, like you might take it and then like Mescalito shows up, be like, motherfucker, why are you taking my name?
Nah, he's going to be like, you're killing it right now. So he's going to be like,
You
all
can
right.
accept me as like, or you'll fuck with me.
What if you meet...
Either way, you'll have earned the name.
Yeah, exactly.
What if you meet Mescalito and then like, he just serves you? It turns out he's got bars.
Oh my god.
Then I'd probably come back from that experience even sicker.
Yeah.
After getting served, like...
Are you still messing with the headphones, or are we like...
No, whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay. What are you doing over there?
Hey.
You never know what he's doing over there. He's always doing something. All right. Well, don't flush the toilet.
You are now tuned in to the Crappy Awesome Podcast.
What's the story? Where you come from? Why are you here? What's the story? Where you come from? Where you come from? Why are you here? What's the story? Where you come from? What's the story? Where you come from? What's the story? Where you come from?
Welcome to another possibly psychedelic episode of the Crappy Awesome Podcast. We're your host, the Diego Brown Project. I am Mr. Arash, even though nobody calls me Mr. And with me is KILLcRey, even though we'll just call him Chris.
Hey, yo.
Chris is not on mescaline.
I am not.
Contrary
I don't think I can take
to popular belief.
Can I take it?
I don't know. Why couldn't you?
Well, because I'm on SSRIs.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do mushrooms with that. I know you can't do mushrooms.
That's disappointing. You can't ever do mushrooms again?
Yeah, you just don't have to take it for that day.
Yeah. Okay. But you're on a SSRI today.
Yeah, like always.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
Or you'd be dead already.
I don't keep track
I would
of
have killed you.
your medication.
I take it because I'm around you all the time.
Yeah. You take it because you need to be running this amazing thing called Platform Collection.
Ooh, good segue.
Yeah. Visitors, listeners, you can become visitors. Go to platformcollection.com and check out all the music videos and content and essays and music and all kinds of shit that's on there. And while you're on there, make sure you check out our sibling podcasts. There's Life on the Road with 60 East.
Like that?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That works. Really though? With Cookbook.
I don't want to give him that much love. He gets a lot of love.
He does. Let's talk about DMT right now.
Yeah, so you can hate it. This whole episode's called East of the River on DMT.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk for like 5 hours.
The entire time.
Dedicated to Cookbook.
Orchestrated, hosted by the amazing Noah James and Lisa J.
That was you, though.
What?
You got that one.
What?
The new sound for the Noah.
Oh!
Yeah, remember?
Yeah. That's what an
Did you
orca
guys think
sounds
that
like.
sounds like a whale?
Oh!
No, right?
Sounds like a dog that got hit by a
Yeah,
car.
it sounds like a dog.
Dog that hit by a car.
Well, you're working on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's in construction phase.
I'm not a stand-up
Spooky.
comedian. I'm a podcast host.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Proof of Life Radio and Status Escalate.
Yeah.
Both of them hosted by Kali,
Yeah.
who is doing a lot of work.
He's doing a lot of
The
work.
hardest working man in hip-hop. Also, he has a Bars Weekly that's on Dash Radio. It's a streaming radio show, correct?
Shout out to Dash Radio, yeah.
Make sure to check that out. The Ghetto Blaster podcast hosted by Ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fresh.
Pretty.
Let's not get carried away, though. It's not like the freshest thing ever, but it's pretty fresh.
It's pretty.
Hosted by Muds One.
It's mostly pretty, less fresh. It's over on his looks.
It's like a tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Two Makes Hologram podcast, of course, still going long and hard and strong and
With a pimp limp.
With a pimp limp.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like by choice, but the limp is there anyway.
But no, the limp finds you if you're a pimp. You know what I mean?
All right.
It found that's how big of a pimp he is.
Yeah.
That the universe said like you're gonna need forever like a pimp.
It's like the spirit of Mescalito, but it's like a pimp limp.
Yeah, it's a pimp. It's a spirit of pimpacito.
One day you wake up and you just got this limp and you're like, oh, I've been possessed by the Holy Lord.
You immediately go out and try to pick up because it's going to work.
Yeah,
You're
you'll
a
kill
pimp.
it. You'll slay. 2Mex is, of course, back on K-Day with Water to Plants. That's at 2 a.m. Saturday night, Sunday morning. That was a lot of sounds. Okay, I like that. Good. It's good. We're on a good roll. 2Mex Hologram Radio is, of course, going long and strong and hard.
It doesn't work twice.
I don't know if it doesn't work. You can listen to it from a variety of platforms, but TuneIn Radio is our preference. It's the cleanest.
It's just
stream
easiest
and
for
looks
them,
Good.
you know?
Yeah, it's really good. And 2Mex Hologram Radio, of course, is 24 hours a day of programming. There's all kinds of music shows and tons of stuff on there. Shout out to our sponsors, Stay Illuminated, for all your pretty fresh gear.
What?
Not pretty fresh gear.
No, there's no
Kind of fresh
relation.
gear.
No, it's
Super
gonna-
fresh gear.
No, that's gonna happen though.
What?
I think it's gonna be.
Pretty illuminated?
I forget how we named
Illuminated
it.
fresh?
Exclusive.
No, I think it was. I think it was that one.
Exclusive?
I feel like it was that one. No, he came up with another
Illuminated fresh?
one. Yeah, he came up with a different one though.
I like
A little better
pretty
one.
illuminated.
Not
Your
that
sound
one.
cut out.
That one's
Your
stupid.
sound cut out?
Yeah.
In your headphones?
My headphones.
God damn it.
God, we're having a lot of
Anybody?
electrical issues. Is this building haunted?
Are you back? Oh,
It
yeah.
actually is. I found out that
Your-
there's like a
maybe 'cause your headphones aren't even plugged in.
or something.
Oh, great.
This place was an insane
It
asylum.
would be the homicide detective's office.
This
Oh.
used to
It used
be
to be like a medical clinic.
And it's haunted by homicide people?
Probably like the spirits
By homicidal
of
people?
unsolved murders.
That's why you guys are murder.
And there's a what is it called? A mortuary just right next to it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That we've seen.
There's a lot, and it's LA. There's just
It's
dead
LA.
bodies everywhere. Everywhere you go.
I like it.
Anyway, visit stayilluminated.com right now, and you can use the code STAYILL.
No.
You can't?
It's crappy awesome.
Oh, okay. I'll update that note. You
Yeah.
can use the note Crappy Awesome
the
to
code.
get free shipping right
Yeah.
now. If you go to stayilluminated.com, get some new gear so you can look super fresh next time you're listening to a podcast alone at home without anybody seeing what you're doing.
It's important.
But we're watching you.
You got to feel you before anyone can feel you, you know?
Yeah. You should totally sit at home alone and feel you.
Feel you.
Not weird at all.
Try to do as much of that as possible.
Totally.
Yeah.
Also, peep our creative partners over at watertoplants.org.
What are the plans?
What? Is your mic on?
That's
There you
what-
go.
That's what
There
Omar
you go.
says
Yeah,
all
that's
the
good.
time. He just goes,
Do it again?
what are the plans?
There you go.
What
All
are
right.
the plans?
That's good. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Platform Collection. That is one word, all spelled out. And on Twitter at Platform Collect
Notion.
with Notion. Cheap shout out to Burner Podcast. That's hosted by yours truly.
Why do you always say cheap, man? You deserve
This is
that.
the first time I said cheap. I've never said cheap.
Or you're always like a
Shameless plug.
Shameless, it's not shameless.
It's not. I'm really ashamed of this plug.
Yes, you're super ashamed that you have to do that
Super
plug.
ashamed. Burnerpodcast.com. That show is hosted by yours truly and covers the Burning Man community, where we talk more about mescaline than this show.
Yeah, and
Just a little
DMT.
bit, I think we probably talk about DMT more on this show than we do on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's pretty much taken over. Tell them about Stitcher and iTunes and all that other stuff.
yeah. If you're listening to this on Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, or Spreaker, go over to platformcollection.com and you can check every episode all the way back to episode 0.
Remember we used to do a thing with Zero?
Yeah, I ran out of shit though.
Yeah.
You know, it's fucking 5 years, bro.
I know.
They can't keep expecting all
I think it
this
might be
shit.
6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, we're going into our 6th year.
Were we? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for supporting. The numbers keep growing because of you guys. Go over right now. This is what I want them to do. I always try to give them a tip for the week.
Okay.
I want you guys to listen to the LA to the Bay show.
Okay.
Any of you guys who are not listening to it, you're missing a piece of history. So far, I've heard Micah 9 like rap for an hour, freestyle live, like it's going off on 2mexhologram.com. LA to the Bay show, Saturday. So next Saturday, make sure you check it out, 9 o'clock. It's an amazing show. Tell your friends. If you guys don't know what's going on at 2mexhologram.com, you're missing a lot, because by the time you guys get up on it, you're not going to be those cool people that are like, oh, shit, I knew about it way before. Nah,
Yeah.
people are going to be like, shut up, hipster. You don't know about 2Mex. I was on it
Bandwagon
way
jumper.
before.
Yeah.
But, dude, there's some amazing stuff. We have shows from the East Coast on there. Shout out to DJ Crazy Bizarro, by the way.
Okay.
Who's on a world tour right now, killing it out there. But yeah, guys, there's a lot of stuff, and Crappy Awesome is officially coming to 2Mex Hologram Radio next week.
It's about
So
damn
you're gonna hear
time.
the best of episodes in the middle of the week. So that's gonna be really tight.
You can hear me before my voice drops.
Before the balls kicked in.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days.
Yeah, it was the good old days.
Yeah.
No, they were awful.
I like what you're wearing
Super
today,
happy.
though, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do I? What
I feel like Self-Provoked would like this. Like he'd be like, this is
What?
tight.
I can't tell you what color this is.
Yeah.
What is
It's,
it?
It's like a
peach?
salmon kind of.
Salmon.
Salmon? Yeah, it's like a salmon.
Salmon.
It's like a salmon.
What's the, and then like a puke green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's like a
It's
snot
a burnt
green.
olive.
Oh, it's not green.
Burnt olive.
Burnt olive. What
like a
does the
snot.
shirt say?
I don't know.
It's like a California shirt, I think.
This is all thrift store shit.
It says, I
Yes,
hate
thrift
Middle
life.
Eastern people.
All about
What?
that thrift life. What does it say?
I hate Middle Eastern people?
Oh, that's true. I do. I didn't realize I'd gotten a shirt that says my thoughts.
Yo,
but
East
apparently
of
I
the
did.
River is here.
Hey.
This is where we play one of their songs.
See, I'm drunk off life like I'm an alcoholic. My world's upside down and I'm free falling with no parachute. Well, you a little bit careless too. Well, let's roll the safe and roll the space. Forget about the problems that me and you were facing. That sound like an idea? If so, then I'm right here. Probably in the same spot, never with the same dots. Cause I always like to climb tiers out here. Wise fear God, but God fear no man. God know my soul saying if that's so, then why the fuck am I seen as a blessing and hope? Man, can you figure that out? This ain't no equation. It's an experience. See, I'm tired of that fake shit. So I'm at it, don't exist, man. Throw up your fist. Matter of fact, let me see them hands. If you got it, then roll that weed the band. Get faded. Just saying. All that bullshit don't exist in the end, baby girl. It's all just phases.
Standing in line at the dispensary. Can't stand it, none of this makes sense to me. Blowing so much money just to blow trees. Explosion of smoke quietly kicks out the stress in me. Better a friend to me than these fake ass local celebrities. Mapping out the question, voyage off bags under my eyes. Maybe I should sit back and enjoy it.
Off-brand, ride this roller coaster. Hell looking hot like I'm supposed to hold check. Shell from the shop, leave them cold. The shoulders always on the plot, rising Pensacola. Let me drench your thoughts with this verbal sonar. Water for the roses, blood for the surface. Undying need for the pain that persists. She in it for the pictures, all that fame get dismissed. Vernacular void out the pleasure, I speak pip. Press a horse out some hair, I'm moving my intent. Ribbon in the sky till that day get eclipsed. Either way, at your heart, die hard on the same shit. That's a no-brainer. MC squared, I'm in the matrix. The signs that you hear, induced with flavors. Catch the vapors, ace and still 36 chamber. That's how it go. Front full of goals, that's on the low. Every verse you hear comes with a quote. That's a double entendre on the treasury note. I'm just dreaming. Ride through the city, still scheming. Rolling with the same damn heathens. Better pop off if you mean it.
Standing in line at the dispensary. Can't stand it, none of this makes sense to me. Blowing so much money just to blow trees. Explosion of smoke quietly kicks out the stress in me. Better a friend to me than these fake ass local celebrities. Mapping out the question, voyage off bags under my eyes. Maybe I should sit back and enjoy it.
Smoking tars in my lungs like these bars that I flung from the sharpest of tongues. Too old to die young, too empathetic to be a thug, true. Too dumb to be a scholar, they say. Wishing I would call it a day, elected to stay. Hey, what's the only thing that don't shake in an earthquake? My faith. Back in the day when I first wrote a verse, I drank so much that my kidneys hurt. Experimented with my medication, but my dedication dedicated to the fake and live these words. Give these words to the people that need, people that lead, people like me, people that know more than they see, more than a her, more than a he, more than a color, more than a creed. Look, son, Apollo's risen, heavy with the melody like I'm hollow vision, heading towards my ending like a suicide mission. Fuck with 2 tears in the bucket, they'll never miss them till he kicks it, kiss some like a lover found. From the top 40 to the underground, Wild West style, all hell Mescal gets down. Chill, let me pull out my rack.
Standing in line at the dispensary. Can't stand it, none of
was that?
I picture Dream Show.
I don't know. You guys just make so many.
I picture that one.
Yeah, that's what it was?
Yeah, Dream Tower. There you go.
Dream Schmout.
Dope.
That was Dream Tower.
Dream Tower with myself, Zzay, Mad Max, Mescalito, Local Black, and that's it. Yeah, that's one of our favorites to rock and perform because everybody kind of gets on stage and start acting like Wu-Tang Clan. Crazy.
Wu-Tang.
Dope. I'm so glad we chose that song to play.
Yo, Zzay, how many times have you been on the show now?
Hi.
Is
This is gonna be, I believe, my second one?
Second time.
Yeah, I kind of sat in on a couple of other ones, and you can hear me laugh and stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
Other
yeah.
people's. But
And then Muds, this is second for you?
Yeah.
And then second for Mescalito?
Number 2.
Yeah. Or
Yes.
Viva Mescal.
Viva Mescal.
Yeah, I like that.
yeah,
A lot of number 2s. A lot of number 2s in the room.
Everybody took a number 2.
Yeah.
Yas.
Very
A
interesting.
lot of epic, massive growth too since the last time.
Yeah.
That's not a double entendre either.
Yeah.
It's really been like an epic year for all of you guys.
Yep.
Yo,
for
yeah,
sure.
I want to dive right into that because I know each of you guys come into the story at different times. You know what I mean? Like the move towards like the level of promotion you guys are doing, all this. You guys can verify all this stuff. Mescalito talked about this like when he was on the show. Like he was talking about the larger vision of the plan. And at that time, you guys didn't. Yeah, in fact, I don't think you guys had a connection with the other 2 people in the room right now, right? Like, did you, other than friends?
Yeah, I mean, besides just knowing of Zzay, Zzay, I don't know, it came into the picture kind of it made sense. We were already working together.
Right.
But once we started actually working together, then shit just started boom, 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 going
yeah.
moving a lot quicker, it seemed like.
Yeah.
You know, but I think at the time I did the podcast the first time, it was still real
just you and
scattered.
Max,
yeah,
really.
Pretty much me and Max just kind of putting out tracks, you know, there wasn't as much organization as there is now. Although we're pretty damn organized in that sense, to be able to pull that off.
For sure.
But it's just gotten bigger.
I mean, one of the things that you did, and we talked about this a lot the last time you were on, is you entered the scene in a way that is now becoming more common. I'm sure you've noticed more now, but you entered the scene not necessarily just through hip hop. Like you were throwing events, you were learning about the other side of the business. So by the time you came in and developed your music, you were already a little bit ahead, because it wasn't like you were new to the business, right? You had already been putting work in. But moving forward, say after the podcast, did you envision that it was going to look like what it looks like right now? Or were there different pieces, moving pieces? How did it work?
I want to say I did, because you kind of have that feeling, you know?
Right.
You feel when something works, and I've met a lot of people in between then, you know, like a lot of people that it probably could have worked with, but it just wasn't that time yet. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm almost skeptical a lot. Is this that moment? You know, the whole paid dues thing was oh shit. Is this our moment now? Now I look around damn, we got a full team. We got the studio. There's a lot of things that I could say I have checked off now that I wanted to achieve a few years back, you know? But I mean, as far as just answering that first question, it's just I knew I had to stay busy because the music thing moves very slowly.
Right.
Even nowadays.
Right, sure.
Shit, even the biggest records take months on, almost a year to just break and to be big, you know? That's just even at the top tier. So for us, it moves super slow down here, but as it moves slow, I just try to stay busy with other stuff like that.
Right.
Shows, little side hustles,
You were never really falling out of, at least the Instagram feeds of the people who follow this whole scene, you stayed consistent in it always, right? And I know that was part of the plan. It was something you talked about. You had already understood way early on. With the paid dues, how have you guys? Because this is one of the things that I was thinking about when I was coming up here, right? We were kind of all blessed with having 2 really big examples of a paid dues campaign, and then people getting on through Curtis and Noah. Right, everybody kind of knows their story. How do you, or is that even a thing that you guys think about? Do you think about okay, they did paid dues, but you've been on bills with them since then, right?
Right.
So the game has obviously changed somewhere. Something happened that things changed, and now the value of paid dues is different. and some people say it's way more, some people say it's less. How do you guys feel like coming in to pay dues at this time where you're at right now, having seen like artists at your level go through there and then see their career paths after?
I really believe we are going to benefit the most than any other artist that is on that bill.
Yeah.
Because all those other artists have a bigger following than we do. Yeah. And it seems like they have, I don't know, there's just a lane for them. And we're creating the lane for the east of the river, for the Chicano rapper, for the new age Latino rapper, whatever you want to, whatever box they want to put us in. You know, it's just hip hop at the end of the day. But I feel like everyone else on that bill is already in a lane
that already exists.
Yeah, and ours is like unmade, and here we are making it, and people really have no idea how like we're gonna change that whole festival with our energy, with our faces. It's in our backyard. It's down the block. We can take the bus there, like you in our city, literally. Like this is you coming to our backyard. Like welcome. Yeah, you know that's how I'm gonna approach it. Like, welcome to LA. Like we are the new face of LA. Yeah, you will hear us for many years to come, whatever comes out of this east side. Yeah. And just off that alone, like, I feel like, I look at it, I go, man, watch. Next year, it'll tell, time will tell, you know, how big this pay dues really was. You know, it's hard to compare it to the other ones because they have legitimary status. Now it's like it's coming back.
Big gap.
Yeah. Right. Of those years off. So it's like, who knows? A year from now, this could be a fucking big turning point, or it could be a you know, that's the year that it turned into Rock the Bells, and now next year they're gonna have Lil Uzi Vert or some fool fucking headline. Who knows? You know what Merz is gonna do, but man, it's all praises to him. Really, he put us on. We didn't have to campaign or anything like that.
What do you think about the lineup now that the lineup's it's out, it's been debated? You know, I've seen people go off on Facebook with posts like, this is bullshit, other people defending it. What do you guys personally feel of what's on?
I mean, I think it's smart because you have to take into consideration that there's no denying that hip-hop isn't what it used to be. And honestly, I think Lil Wayne is that kind of a good balance because some people can't lie. In 2009, Lil Wayne was some people's favorite rappers.
Arguably, without Lil Wayne, none of the scene would look like the way it looks now.
He created the verse. He created the slogan "bling bling." You know, there's a lot of elements to hip hop that he's added, and in the music game in general, like with his music and a lot of his CDs, things have changed dramatically, and I've seen it because my dad had the album, my sister had the albums, you know, so I listened to a lot of it. And I think Lil Wayne isn't that bad of an artist to put on a headline. Like, if he had put on Uzi Vert or Future, then I could be like, well, what the fuck is this? Like, even when he put on, I believe, Tyler, the Creator on Future, you know, there was a lot of like talk and things like that. But at the same time, like, that's what some people come to want to see. Not everybody wants to come and listen to a full day of boom bap hip hop, you know, 90s golden era all fucking day. And I think that's what, to continue on what he was saying, I think that's why East of the River is going to benefit so much, because it's not just a bunch of rappers. It's not a bunch of people just
It's not one sound.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, the people that do that in our crew are fucking dope. And they're not the typical LA rapper that's talking about the same shit. The stuff we talk, our content, our delivery, our cadence, our beat selection, the people we work with, like, it's 1,000% distinct in everybody and what they're doing. And like, it's perfect timing. And I like the fact that it's the rebirth of the show. And like a lot of the things that we're doing, it's our personal campaign. Like, we have a cypher coming out, we have a lot of things, and everybody's dropping their projects right now. Like, I just dropped my project, Kiddo's dropping her project, Ganesh is dropping his project, he has a project, Teck has a project, Mad Max has something cooking, Don't Sleep is like, everybody is bringing something to the table. So by the time
nobody's sitting waiting for something to happen.
Exactly. So by the time we get to pay dues, everything could potentially be all new from us, and like, you may not like the lineup, everything, the way we're gonna construct stuff. I think it's gonna be fun for people to see. And when they hear about us, and when our show finally comes, and when we actually rock, I think that's going to be the moment of truth and how we present it as a crew, because we're a bunch of fucking people.
And all that backstage stuff, and meeting all the right people, getting our name and our faces, and just...
Because in a lot of ways, it is a validation. There's no way around it, right? There is a validation, because at the end of the day, this is what I said when I saw people talking about the lineup. Merce picked it.
Yeah.
He personally picked the lineup. Right. So if you have an issue with that, like, it's weird because all the people that are complaining are probably Merce fans and they don't really understand. But we've all talked about that, right?
They're like other rappers who are just upset. Like, I was like going to put, hey, we can't make it. Who wants to take our spot? And then see all the people who are talking shit be like, dude, I'll fucking rock it.
That would have been hysterical.
Like, fuck you guys.
That would have been
hysterical. You guys would trade in spots in fucking a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
So don't tell me nothing. Don't bullshit this shit.
But it is like really, really smart strategy to have like a name that is like so massively recognizable as a part of life, because what that does is it really opens the door to show more artists, like showcase more artists like East of the River that a lot of people might not have the access to. You know, like they wouldn't even come around to like more independent shows, underground shows.
Right.
But because it's part of this larger package, it makes it sort of like, hey, this is something you're comfortable with.
You're going to be consumed by Lil Wayne fans,
and that's
a big deal. You know, from a business standpoint,
by himself, man.
From a business standpoint,
and that's so wide and varied. By the way, his fan base is so varied.
Exactly.
This is the thing that I think a lot of artists who like trip off of stuff like this, they don't understand the part of you being seen by the amount of people that you're going to be seen by. There's a monetary value to that. If you don't have something like pay dues, you are going to pay for that one way or the other. Right. Whether you're advertising, whether dues. You know what I mean. So for you guys to not like to be like, no, we couldn't take that, because that would be the dumbest move in the history of
limiting
indie hip-hop.
Ourselves and our potential. Like, we
I'm saying
this.
Just even from a business standpoint. So people who are like, well, it's not smart or what. Okay, so you don't know business.
Right.
And then if you're talking about creatively, there's a huge comparison that I've been thinking about with you guys, and I don't know how much you guys have thought about it, but it's funny that like Odd Future came up in this, right? But the energy Odd Future had going into their first big shows is very similar to the energy that you guys have, where people are talking about there's just something different. It's different. Whether you like it, whether you fuck with it, whether... It's undeniable that there's a difference here, and it's a presence already.
Yep.
So East of the River has like a feel, but it's a vibe, which is what Odd Future had coming in, and people didn't know what the fuck it was. They were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Because we couldn't. Because here's what the best thing to me about East of the River being on paid dues is that you guys aren't a group that they can really put into a box.
Nope.
You can't. Like, you know, you said whether they put you in Chicano rap or whatever. Dude, you know what Chicano rap is.
Right.
You guys don't fit there. That's not a place for you guys. Those aren't the topics that you guys are necessarily hitting. You know, in general, we've talked to people who are like the front of Chicano rap, King Little G, like King. You know, there's people out there that are doing that. You guys have, dude, you're a college graduate, right? Max is too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously your topics and where you come from is a different thing. You guys grew up around Boyle Heights. You guys grew up in the community. So those two things, where's that being represented right now in hip hop? Where is the person who is educated, person who does have something to say, somebody who's self-educating themselves, and a connection to the streets, and doesn't look like every rapper that's out there? Where is that? It's nowhere. And when Odd Future came into being who they are right now, they came through the underground. A lot of people forget that. They were in the underground forever.
Yeah. Yep.
They came through the underground, they got put on, and they filled a spot that literally did not exist. And I think that's what you guys are doing. You know what I mean?
I think that's the most key part right there. Yeah. It's like continuing to see that. What are people not doing? What's missing here? Yeah. And then just going out and doing it.
Exactly.
Really, like, and I think about that with the pay dues approach too. Like, I want to campaign now, get our name out there to where we reach so many people off of the platform.
Right, exactly. Absolutely.
Pay dues. Here it is. Like you're saying,
that's
all
what
the
it's
advertisement, all the stuff. Look, we're attaching that to everything we're doing. We're hitting people up. Yo, knocking on doors. Yeah. Remember me?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on pay dues now. What's up? What can you do? Cool. Oh, can you get us media passes?
Yeah.
Can you do this?
Exactly.
What's up? I'm like, all right, well, we'll see what's good.
Right.
We're the underdogs, you know, we're the dudes who are, you know, we got blessed with this. Like Merz didn't even tell us it was paid dues.
Yeah.
He just hit us up and was just like, y'all down to rock a festival.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, of course. Fuck.
It's just another day in the life of the madman. Spilling thoughts from concrete to abstract, till it hits you like contact from combat. I'm all that and then some more of what you needed. Like getting weeded, I'm what you fiending for. These fools claiming to be dope, but really they fiends for everything I supply and no, you can't deny. In less than a minute, I'm a wicked, vicious, intelligent individual, critical to the masses, immaculate like a magnet, attracting those with a gold soul. Start in Los Angeles before I move to Manhattan, eventually the whole globe will wanna peep this. I keep it heated, what you call rhyming is to me breathing, leaving more than impressions after the session. You call me Mad Max the Minister, cause every lyric's like a blessing that I'm scripting. And if the spliff is lit shit, I take a hit to expand and overcome, cause I don't ever wanna let the stress overrun who I am and what I be, how I act and what I see, what's the truth versus what I believe. And what I believe in is myself to the death of me. Plus I got the universe's help to reach my destiny. Better be expecting me, cause I got the recipe, plus a dose of the mescaline right here next to me.
They can't live without me, shit, can't live with less of me. Impressively pressing the issue, hit you with the best of the chemistry, charm, and charisma. See, he's a hard individual to peep from afar. Better get it close, can I get a toast? Here, cheers now, let me let it flow. Truly living in the moment, where the hobos and bite-size roman rope is when around your throat. It's not an ideal situation. You're pretty much fucked if you can't deal with your situation. My education gave me the edge to take it. Could've fouled from frustration, but I rose to the occasions now. They rise to my ovations now, but I can't take a bow. It's not allowed when you hustle as hard as us. No trust, only trust those to be themselves. That's how I Mescal. I wouldn't wanna be no one else, cause no one knew what we all know now. How we all know how. Ow, killer flow so swell. Word, face me and you have to lose. Hate me but you can't refuse. Lately I've been tapping through, flowing on them, growing on them. They gon' have to pay me soon. Mama didn't raise no fool. I might have to pass it to Andrew Cruz, handle food.
I only fuck with the strongest seekers when on the speakers. Who top the meters and bomb receivers for non-believers. Who run the city like Figueroa's and Alamedas. Always in the lab with a pad and a lot of beakers. I think it's time I broaden my spectrum and stop looking for the truth, cause it's caught in my septum. Any place I step in, know I hide in the section. That's why anything else except them is a riding selection. In the past 2 seconds, there's a lot of progression. But the 58 before that, know that you can't ignore that. Sometimes it's not about the places you record at. I can make magic from the beats y'all get bored at. Tell me who the hardest and I see myself. If I could be anybody, I would be myself. Be myself.
Yeah. Or like, I'm like, yeah, of course. Fuck. You know what? How much y'all want? Like, whatever you can give us, do we?
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
Next day we see the flyer, and yeah, we didn't have no idea that Lil Wayne was gonna be headlining.
Yeah,
we just see EOTR right there under that motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? I have all these messages going off and texts, all these timeline, accept this timeline. This person tagged you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, we went a bunch of lunch.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was crazy, man.
Did you say bunch of lunch?
Yeah, that's where I came from. Shaky's bunch of lunch.
Okay.
Shaky's has a bunch of lunch. The very first vlog? Yeah. The road to pay dues.
Wow, that's amazing.
You know what? And I do want to say, like, dude, I fucking give it up to Lil Wayne for even accepting this shit.
Yeah.
He's coming out on, like, on a plank to me.
Yeah.
Like, he's walking out and saying, okay, I'm going to step into the underground scene and I'm going to be able to kill it.
Yeah.
Because he chose to do the lineup.
Yeah.
Like, fool could do any show he want. He could sell out a 10,000 person venue by himself.
Right.
Why in the fuck would he come and do all this? Especially being the only rapper like he is there.
Yeah.
They didn't say, hey, Lil Wayne and like 2 of his homies.
Yeah.
He's gonna bring along, 2 of his small artists or, Drake or some other fool, like, no, they just said Lil Wayne and then a bunch of underground fools and golden era rapper fools.
Yeah.
And then a couple dudes right there in that middle lane.
Yeah, like Zzay, right? And Electronica.
Yeah. And Merz was talking about that on his last breakdown.
Yeah.
The 3-lane theory.
Mm-hmm.
I caught it. It was actually really good. I was like,
Talk about that.
So he said that rappers fall into 3 lanes. They're either pop, because rap is now the most popular form of music on the planet. So it's like, it's pop. It's popular music. Then there's hip hop, where it's like somewhat hip hop, the essence, but it's still geared towards pop, shined up production, big production type shit, big promo, lots of features, gotta get Rihanna on it, gotta get this. When artists do that. And he was using Drake and J. Cole and Kendrick being the 3 biggest artists right now as the example. Then he said it's hip hop. Hip hop is, I don't give a fuck if you listen to it or not. I'm just putting this shit out because it's fucking dope. That is what I feel is dope. If you don't like it, then fuck you. I'm not trying to necessarily sell it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he just said, you know, what rappers fall into those categories.
So what would fall under pop and not hip hop?
He was saying like pop is Drake.
Okay.
Like, he's doing it to sell the music,
Bryson
but he's
Tiller.
not. Yeah, stuff like that. And he said hip hop is like some of Kendrick, some of Cole.
I think Kendrick's probably the biggest in that era.
Like To Pimp a Butterfly said was hip hop.
Right.
But like the first one, Good Kid, was hip hop. He had big features. He had and his last one too. Damn, is hip.
Because
like
he's at
right
that
in the
level
middle.
that transcends. Yeah,
man.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah,
it was a good breakdown.
Where does East of the River fall?
I say we're in the hip hop lane, but I refuse to not look at the other 2 lanes.
Yeah. That's
like
awesome.
I'm not gonna say, oh, we only make hip hop. Fuck that. Like, what?
Because you already don't.
Yeah, like no, like I'm never gonna box it in. Like no, if that's a good song, we want Zzay singing it, and it's radio friendly, and I don't gotta cuss on it, and I could keep a subject matter that is positive and free flowing and relative still, not sacrificing, you know, the artistic integrity of it. To me, that's like, who on earth can do that? That's one of the hardest things on earth to do. You can give me 100 talented rappers, my bad, 100 talented rappers, and not all of them could write a song like that. Probably Drake's ass can, you know, like a couple of these fools can, but it's really a hard thing to do.
It feels like it's, and we've talked about that topic on the show a lot about people disregarding things that are liked by a larger group. As non-creative, as opposed to what they really are is way more creative. Because they're like, a lot of the times you have to. That's a science. Constructing a pop record is a science.
Absolutely.
It's an absolute science, and that takes a talent. And for people to disregard what it does, like I've always told artists, period, the only thing you do when you complain about wanting to stay in one lane forever is limit your creativity. That's all you're doing.
Right.
And if what makes us the dopest, right? We can all agree this. There's a bunch of artists in here. The dopest people are the freest people. There's without a doubt people that are kind of like you could tell they're holding back. They're just not that dope. The dopest people are the freest people, and that means that there's no borders. There's no nothing. So the moment you say that, you're just lazy. You don't want to be more creative.
Right.
Be more creative.
And a prime example that's so dope that you say that, because the song, a lot of people's favorite song on the album is Late Bloomer. That wasn't written by me. That was written by Mescal.
That's dope.
And it's probably one of the most positive, like, empowering and like radio friendly. Like it's a song that you've never really heard from me. And honestly, that freedom, that mindset, I could have been like, I don't want you to write my music. I don't want to sing anything that you've written for me. But to approach it, I was like, yeah, let me hear it. And he kind of sang it for me, and I was like, oh shit, I can do this. And now it's like one of people's favorite songs on the album. And I
had you given yourself a border to not cross, right? You wouldn't have that song. That album wouldn't be what it is.
Exactly.
None of those things.
It adds an entirely different effect, aspect to the album. And I think, going back on what you said as well, with East of the River, I think one of the reasons that it's so hard to find something like this is because when you pinpoint it down to the individuals of the group, like even us as individually, we're always promoting our shit. We're always like doing shows, working on something, like everything even that we're working on individually, we got all different aspects. Like if you listen to our roster, if we made, which is in the work, like a compilation of everything going on and all the different distinct sounds and approaches, and we just give off different environments. Right. Like you feel like you're in different places when you listen to our music, and every artist provides the way
something
I see
for somebody, right?
Yeah,
Everybody
exactly.
has at least something for somebody.
One may lack, the other one will provide.
Right.
What some of us don't shine with, other people kind of like, allow their light to.
That's undoubtedly what you guys are doing. Like me as a fan of like all the artists' music, that's undoubtedly what you're doing. It's rare that like if I'm listening to Zzay, I'm probably not bumping Soul Providers. That's just because that fills that void. And then I'll bump Soul Providers at a different time in a different vibe. To me, that's value in music. Like I literally don't want to play shit where I just gotta be hard and like, this shit is. Yeah. Dude, I don't even feel like that all the time. I rarely feel like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to, one, for me anyways, and I think a lot of the fan base, especially if the fan base who listens, I know there's going to be people who are going to pay dues who haven't heard of East of the River, and this might be the first time you're hearing of East of the River. I think you need to approach it in a way of, like, you should want to be surprised because you're going to be surprised. That's basically it, right? Like, for us to sit here and break down every element of what every artist does, right? Like, I'm still bumping Mescalito shit from a few years ago, and I think you know that. I play fucking Ugly MC on my radio show all the fucking time. I was just said it the other day. I was like, dude, this dude's probably so pissed that I keep playing this fucking song. But I think that if you make timeless music, it doesn't really matter when you play it. I think something that's happened in our scene too, which is a beautiful thing, and I love to see, and I want to see more of this, is artists like putting projects back out that maybe they didn't have the power to push at the first time.
Like to do a reissue with like new packaging.
I want artists to do that because we all know the truth. Like, had you had all the shit that could have been pushed better, give it the life that it deserves. Right. I love all that kind of stuff, and I think that in our scene, it's okay for... especially in our scene, and I love that you guys are going there because you guys represent, and I don't know if people have told you guys this, but I think you guys, to me, the reason you guys being on paid dues is a win for everybody, and it should be seen as that, because it's going to bring a voice to a place where we all live.
Right.
Like, why would we not want that? You know what I mean? Because at this point, all I want is someone who's ever got that spot, just kill it. That's all you should be worried about.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how much do you really believe in your shit? You know what I mean? Like, if you're like, well, they got it, so I'll never get it. Dude, you shouldn't have been doing this then. If that's your mentality, like, that's fucking ridiculous. It should only be applauding that. And we have examples of it nowadays, right? It's just, the West Coast has always been late on this. But Atlanta did it. Oakland did it. All these other places did it. The South did it, where they're just like, we need to applaud whoever gets on. Whoever gets on, we all started at the same place. Applaud everybody who gets on. Because one thing that happens, for sure, and this is something that we've found out, you guys are finding out right now. You see everybody going up and down on this shit. Yeah. You see everybody. And it's just like you said, now all of a sudden people come out of the woodwork. And honestly, I'm fucking with people that we've always fucked with.
Yeah.
And I know that's how you guys work as well.
And that's been one of the dopest things to see. Like, the people who've been fucking with us.
Yeah.
Like, it's their victory. It's your guys' victory.
Yeah.
Like,
I absolutely see it like that.
B-side and fucking... Fuck,
everybody in the scene.
Everyone from my first interviews to anything. Like, they gave me a sincere... Dude, like... Fuck yeah. Like, they had that, like, if, you know, like, if they themselves are going to be right there, because they are.
Kind of are.
Is this something that you guys thought about initially? Like, at some point, you're going to get an opportunity like this, and all of a sudden, you're going to start hearing from people out of the woodwork?
I don't know.
Like,
is that something you ever talked about?
I
can tell you, we've talked about that shit.
Yeah, well, we tried to prepare,
we had certain systems, like, in place, because we're like, and this is what we've always done. Like, what always kept our team going is looking at heart. Like, I don't give a fuck what your numbers are. Yeah. I don't give a fuck how many YouTube views you have, all this shit. We go on intuition. Like, we'll fuck with people based on, like, if we get their energy, their vibe is right. Because you're going to be in that marathon with these people for the rest of your life. Yeah. And we've had open conversations
are your neighbors.
about that. Yeah.
Right.
And we have turned people away who've got, like, the big numbers where we're like,
it's just not worth it.
Yeah, we don't need a snake in the den.
I got to learn that, too. Like, you know, I'm learning that on the fly a lot of times, you know.
Yeah.
It has been crazy, though. We haven't, and we didn't really prepare for it.
People sneak under the fence,
We haven't done that because it's all just kind of happened so fast. On top of that, you know, Mers hit us up and he said EOTR.
Yeah,
you know? And so that's when it's just like, okay, it's the collective. It's this full force that it is. It's bigger than Max. It's bigger than Mescal. It's bigger than just one individual. Like, okay, how are we gonna get this the most for those 4 letters? EOTR. We couldn't even get them to spell East of the River. You know, they're like flyer space, motherfucker. That's 4 words. All right, we're gonna break it down into 4 letters.
We gotta make this shit work.
Black and white, black and bright, like I'm black and bright, clashing fight as I'm trying to find a perfect stuck in routine. Question if the drive is worth it, too weak to intervene. All these ghosts I'm seeing do the most when I'm dreaming. Do you really mean the shit you say? Did you fall into the scheme and fail to pay attention, letting mentions getting in the way? Souls need meditation, goals mean innovation. Your third eye vision is a gimmick, frontin' like you conscious. Obnoxious concepts clutch your thought process. Carved to the mold, sold out to anything common. Anxiety screams and it's got me screeching, stop it. Stop looking for a sponsor. Wonder what runs through my pop's head when they call me a low life and treat me like a pie. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. Gotta take a step back and empathize with the next man. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. Gotta take a step back and empathize with the next man. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. As the monarch flies through the foggy night, soldiers clasping crucifixes. Anarchy rises in the whites of their guys. With loose lips he speaks, is there any love inside? Bombs going off inside of the mind. No compromise for compassion. A fracture of laughter, a gas leak of passion. The glass breaks in orderly fashion. Fast in the time and we the laughing stock of the world. No one in the White House is a girl. I didn't come from your rib, you came from my stomach. Who can I trust in this wanderlust? I'm a spark of my blood, don't you tell me how to function. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. Gotta take a step back and empathize with the next man. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. Gotta take a step back and empathize with the next man. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. Trying to check my ego every chance I get. Trying to check my ego every chance I get. No beats.
I think it's definitely something, you know, I was just talking to another artist recently who's finding like, is like at that point too, right? Where like people can no longer not pay attention. You know, even people who didn't want to pay attention before are denied like it was anything really happening. They have to kind of give credit to it. But he was saying, he's like, it's weird, man. Like people just, like all of a sudden, like he's like, I find myself saying that in my mind all the time. Like all of a sudden, like here we go. Like, and he's like, but he's like, dude, I have found myself like in certain situations where I'll have to take a step back and go like, whoa, like, wait, why am I even around this dude? Like this dude is not about it. He didn't believe in any of this. So there's no way that he's not taking advantage. Even if a lot of people will take advantage subconsciously. You know what I mean? Like they just want to be around. Everybody wants to be around a shining star. Everybody wants to be around where attention's at. And you got to just be super careful about who, because dude, poison spreads like that, you know. And they just need, and every single person in the crew is gonna get tested, because they're gonna people who want in.
They start poking. They start poking to see which one the weak link is. Yeah.
Who's too nice to say no? And then all of a sudden, you wake up in a year and it went from pay dues to like, who are these people? You know, and that's definitely something. But I mean, dude, I know you have a great business mind. You guys know what to look for. And like I said, it's why I wanted to start off this conversation with like the examples of like Noah and Curtis and
Reverie
like, people who campaigned and went. And there's so many different levels of success beyond paid dues that happen. And I think that you guys are in a spot right now, and I think you guys have had enough success to know that this is just a launching pad. It's just a launching pad.
Exactly.
That's it.
And it's like, the way I see it, it's almost kind of like history repeating itself, but the levels that we can go with it now, just
are
because
way farther.
Things are different with technology and like everything going on within our time frame, and all the tools that we are presented with are different than what they had back in the day. And I think that there's no way for us to like droop from this or go downward. Like this is really like paid dues is dope, but what comes after paid dues? We can't go back. Like Specs tells us all the time, we can't go back to doing shows at like the Boulevard, or like we can't go back to doing that. We can only get better from this. And honestly, this allows me to see my worth more as an artist. And like I can't be putting myself in positions where it's like, not gonna necessarily
Or
benefit
you're
me, but I'm not
undervaluing
gonna
yourself.
grow from it.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
gonna help with my artistry. It's not gonna make me feel appreciated as an artist. And I just feel like going back to when like how people were kind of upset with this. Like there were people that were upset that Noah wasn't put on, that people like our homies who are doing bigger things weren't put on. But it's like you're also not seeing the full potential in that artist. Noah should be headlining festivals in Europe. Like he should be doing certain things that are way bigger than Paydu's, and he is. So be happy for them because they had that time to do that.
They already paid
and they're
dues.
they paid
They're
dues,
structured for a
and now
reason.
they're legends. Now they're
Yeah.
doing shit for the community. They're doing other things, and that's what it's about.
Right.
So to be upset and not see this is like, this is not just gonna help East of the River. This is gonna help the entire community.
Yeah.
Especially if you've done a show with us,
Right,
if
right.
you've worked with us, like if you know us
Yeah.
as homies, people, whatever. This is gonna help everybody.
You know, Joe Rogan says this phrase that I heard recently that I really like. He says recreational outrage.
Oh, yes. People are like super into that right
People
now.
are like,
No, it's
I
true.
want
It's
to
like
be
a hobby.
outraged. It's like, let me find something to be pissed off at on the internet.
They need something for a week or two.
Yeah.
And then they move on. That's
I
why
mean-
like you can't sweat it because everyone's gonna be that shit for a day or whatever. Like
Right.
you're gonna look. The people who believe in you and the people that you just look goofy as. I mean, look at me right now. I'm dressed like a Mormon. Come on. I look goofy.
But you're
as
not
shit.
though, right?
Huh?
You're not a Mormon.
Not today.
Okay, cool.
Not today.
No.
Cool.
Not after I take.
A lot of
not,
things
not after I
change,
meet
man.
Mescalito.
Things change a lot. Yo, I mean, I think that it's one of the things that I think that is super important for people to understand, like the situation you guys are in, because I think it was when you guys were talking, I was realizing like what we're also dealing with, and this is something beyond everybody's control, is like the speed of the internet, the speed of social media is only increasing, right? It's not decreasing. It's consistently increasing. And from the time that paid dues was off, right? How many even just social media platforms do we have that didn't exist? And okay, so things are moving faster. I think what a lot of people's reaction, because I was reading all the Facebook posts too, and it's like super interesting to see people's reactions were almost like there was a group of people that were like, oh, they haven't even been around that long, and then I thought back. Well, here's the thing. I thought back to the other paid dues, and that's how like the majority of that's how everybody was.
Right.
Like that's what paid dues is. Like paid dues is people who've gotten to a certain level. It's almost like to me, I always see it like middle school graduation. Like these guys graduated.
Culmination.
Yeah, but they're no longer considered. After this point, you're never considered
I think it's a
amateur
promotion,
again.
not a graduation.
Yeah, it's like a promotion, you know,
Right.
like because that's just the facts, you know. And I think the majority of the people, and this is why I don't think it should ever be sweated, what they say, is simply by the things they're saying, they're admitting to lack of knowledge on how the business works. There's a big difference between making music and then making music as a living and making art as a living. There's a huge difference. It's huge. It's enormously different.
Yep.
Couldn't we say though? Then if they're fans and consumers, I mean, it's almost like shouldn't even be expected to understand the business.
You
really.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
But these are people that are
Bitch
talking
away, guys.
about. Yeah. These are people that's why I said you shouldn't. It shouldn't matter because the things they're literally talking about.
In fact,
they simply just missing the information.
Dude, I would even venture to say like that might actually be part of the art. Part of the art is you do the thing, you get the promotion, and then you're going to have a population that's going to go back and forth about it and have that conversation.
Why you shouldn't get the promotion.
Yeah, they need you to go through that process so that
they can do their shit.
Yeah, so they can play their part of the whole game.
Right. Yep.
It's all the great theater.
Happy to fill that role for him. I'm happy to fill that role for him. I'm totally cool with that shit.
How many artists in East of the River now? Like different entities. Like
I think it's 8.
Yeah, we're like the Hateful Eight.
Can you name them?
The Grateful Eight, okay?
We got Zzay,
Uh-huh.
Kiddo, Max, Killa, Teck, Don't Sleep, myself, Ganesha, Valve, and Muds. So that's 10 right there.
10.
Wow.
And I said Drastic. Drastic would make 11.
Oh, Jessica. He would be so pissed if we...
Drastic makes 11. We got Ish to Fish as management / behind the scenes.
BTS.
We got Lex helping with production.
Yeah.
We got Badson always helps with production.
Lee Sands
but I mean,
pretty
as far
much
as
too.
the
We're like
MC, we're getting up there.
Neither the grateful or the hateful rhyme works.
Well, for people who don't know, Muds and Vile are in a crew called Soul Providers.
Yeah.
So, yo, Muds, you want to jump on the mic real quick? I guess there's definitely something I want. Like, you came into. I mean, it's not that long, right? Since you've been in East of the River. I think I was with you when you said, like, yo, I think I'm in East of the River.
I think so, yeah. As I told him.
Yeah. He just writes to me, he's like, so am I East of the River now? That way I could call you fam? Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's because we were hanging out for like, I don't know, since like February or so, I think.
Is there a secret handshake?
A little,
Do you have to jump
more.
him in?
I think even more.
Did you have to get pledged?
No. I wish.
Yeah,
that'd have been fun though. No, we were hanging out since the first time. I think I filmed with Max like a year ago, and then we just constantly kept working together, and then Zzay and then everybody else.
Right.
We were all just hanging out together.
Anyways, right.
Yeah, and then like we were always at the same shows. We're always Soul Providers and Max or Soul Providers.
Yeah.
Whatever. So we're always at the same shows, and we always
for at least a good
hang
like
out.
6-7 months, right? It was pretty consistent. At least spread out a lot of shows. Yeah.
We were all just hanging out together, working together, going to shows together. Like, hey, you're going here. I live here. Why don't we just go?
Yeah.
So we were doing that. And then, like, finally I told him, I was like, hey, are we in? Or, like, what do we, like? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I guess we've been in for a while. But then once we found out, we were like, cool. And then we started pushing it a lot more. And then, like, 5 days later, we fucking found out about paid dues, and we were like, yes, we joined. we joined right in time. Like,
what do you? Okay, so obviously, what do you think about the critics of that?
About paid dues?
No, about Soul Providers joining last to East of the River, and then this happening. Do you feel like?
Well, I think.
Have you heard any of that?
No, I think like everybody, it was like. I think they all thought we were already in there. So
Yeah.
So it was like a nice little like, okay, we've had months in.
Yeah.
But like technically, I guess I didn't really ask until like a few days before.
Yeah.
But,
And you had,
we're always in.
And you told me,
Are we dating?
We're always
I think we're dating.
He always wants a title.
Are we? Am I your girlfriend?
You always have to fucking define.
I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Why can't you just be
wanted to
free,
know.
bro?
I
You're
wanted
fucking
to
up a
know.
good thing.
Yeah.
If I knew, then I could put it on the bio. Hey, we're together. I could put it everywhere. We're together.
Yeah.
What do I
It was
put
just
on
a
my
thing.
MySpace profile? I don't understand.
It was
People
always
are
it's
asking questions.
It was always it's complicated, and now it's not.
Yeah.
It's like we're
Let me ask
together.
you this, dude. From someone who was on the inside and saw the growth, what was your perception of like the immediate response to you guys getting on paid dues? I'm sure you saw it play out. What did you think?
I think it was the same thing. Like everybody was just. I mean, paid dues usually creates that type of thing.
Right.
Some people are really excited, and some people are like, "What the fuck is he on?" Or "What the fuck is he on?" But like for us, I think it was like an abundance of like, "Hey, congratulations!" Because I was with him when we found out. I was, we were here.
Yeah.
And then I remembered Max asking him, "Hey, what's up? Mers wants to do whatever."
Yeah.
So I was there when the whole thing was happening. And it was like a lot of people saying, "Hey, congratulations to me, congratulations to Zzay." Everybody that was in the crew, they were all saying, "Hey, congratulations!" That's awesome.
Yeah,
it was just a bunch of positivity, and the only negative part is the whole Lil Wayne thing. But like, fuck for everybody, all of us, we were like, "Fuck that!" Like, doesn't matter who the fuck's on.
That's
Like,
so
we're
weird.
on. Like, I don't care who the fuck's on there.
I hope we perform on the same day as him.
Yeah.
We thought we were. But we're not. We're going to do Saturday.
Saturday.
Because it would just be too much, bro.
Yeah.
People would have to pass out. They'd be like, East of the
now.
Rivers and fucking Lil Wayne. Fuck.
But it was
die.
like, it was just a bunch of like, just positive stuff.
Joins Young Money.
They're like, that's the last we ever saw of East of the River.
I hope he throws some money.
Yeah.
Mescal brings back Young Money. It was great though.
Yeah.
To be in that and see the whole thing because that day it really felt like, oh shit, like this is
this
crazy.
is for real.
Yeah.
Asking it for like one day and then it was just like.
Yeah, all right, keep going. I mean, we were at lunch, we were eating, and then I was filming the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I was filming to say, hey, we're on the road to pay dues.
Yeah,
I just likes to film people eating.
I was just like, you know what, we're gonna do a vlog now.
The munch hour. Yeah,
we're gonna do a.
That's his little side project.
Because he used to do a vlog too, and he used to film it, and edit it and all that
I
stuff.
remember, yeah.
But like when he films and edits and stuff, and it takes him a while. Plus he does like fucking 18 jobs.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'd do this. Like I could do it, and I've been wanting to do a vlog. So why don't I do it?
Right.
So then I was filming essentially for that week because we had just found out we were in. So I was like, okay, there's like 10 of us. I want each person to get like, hey, this is me. This is who I am.
Right.
And then everybody who's watching, they're going to be like, oh shit, I didn't know that Teck was in it. I didn't know that Don't Sleep was in it. So I was filming for that. And then fucking that happened, and we were just like, we were eating, and then he was saying, he was like, Mescal was like, he was just saying something about Max or whatever. And then I was like, okay. And then I was like going through my phone, and then Max was like, guess who's on the lineup? And I was like, wait, what? Like, and I saw the big pay dues blue flyer, and I was like, whoa. And I turned to him and I was like, hey,
there's another group EOTR out here. I'm paid dues.
Who are those motherfuckers? What does EOTR
Did you really think that? No, so check it out. So actually, I was in the room when Max got the text message from Mers.
Yeah. This is Teck, by the way.
Yeah, it was a text message, and I'm Killa Teck, by the way.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this random dude? So anyway, I was in the room with him, and it kind of didn't happen. Like, here's the story of we almost didn't end up on pay dues. Max was kind of confused on the message. He was going back and forth with Mers. And so he was like,
wait, who is this again?
Yeah, so Mers texts Max like, is 300 cool? Yeah. And so Max was like, wait, do we have to pay him 300 to and so he didn't know how to respond. He didn't know how to respond, and we were like, wait. Yeah, he's like telling us he's gonna pay us 300. And so we were on that for like at least a good 10 minutes, just not knowing what the fuck was that. Like he was staring at the phone for 10 minutes, like, what do I do? What do I do?
Well, I kinda wanna pay three. I would be down to pay 300.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, we'll put it 300. It's no problem. I'm like, but he was like, no, he's gonna pay us 300. So that put like the icing on the cake. Just even
Max wrote to him, isn't a deal. He's like, we gonna pay you, dude? And then Mers writes, nah, man, I'm gonna pay you.
I was like, fuck. Like Max fucked it up.
That shit is funny as hell.
That is
funny. What if Mers responded, man, never mind, guys.
Like, you know what? Never mind.
Like, no. So he didn't know he was on the flyer.
Yeah.
He didn't know that any of us were on the thing. And then I found out and I saw the thing and I was like, oh shit. And I turned to him and I was like, hey, I think we're on paid dues. And then he's just like, cool. And then he just started eating, like, kept eating. Like, okay. And then we ate, and then we came back here, and we recorded and did a bunch of shit that day.
Celebrate.
Like nothing. Like I was just like, okay, cool. We did like 20 minutes of thanks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was just still working.
Yeah. What do you see? Like, because you definitely come in, like, obviously from a video side, you've been working promotion, you've been doing a lot of visual stuff for a while. Where do you see like the visual stuff for you guys going next? Like, is there like an idea already of like where we're going next with this?
There is. Yeah. It's like I always wanted this like that, like a team like that, where I could be that person to be like, okay, we're gonna do this for you. We're gonna do this for you.
Yeah. You'll have your cast of players.
I have my people, and then I'm like, all right, this is the direction we're gonna go. This is how you're gonna look. This is how you're gonna be. And then I'm lucky enough that everybody's like, yeah, okay, you're right. Like, you're right. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And then
that's awesome.
They give me that freedom, that creative freedom to do like the music videos. So all the music videos that we have, they come up with the ideas, but like we kind of come together and we create this whole thing. Like for the 3 or 4 that Mescal has, like they're all like, I'm really proud of him because I came up with this, and then he came up with that, and it's just like
it's a real collaboration.
It's not like a rap
like someone's
to the camera.
hiring you, and yeah.
It's not a rap to the camera thing anymore. It's more like a little story or like a meaning for like he's doing this or he's walking here or whatever. With Max as well, like all the like Quesadilla when he's walking through the whole thing. That was like one of my favorite ones because it's a one take one. Go upstairs to his room, go back down, go to the pool, and then all of us are right there.
Yeah.
With the new one that's going to come out, Wide Awake, that's like one of my favorite ones because he goes to sleep and then he's doing this whole thing in the first verse and then he wakes up and he's like, oh shit, it was like a whole dream thing, and then he goes to sleep and then he's graduating and then Double D, the homie down there, he was like, he ended up doing the whole thing, and he got the robe, and he was with Max as he was walking. Like,
yeah, he was disguised as a graduate.
Oh, to get the footage.
Yeah, because
awesome.
he wasn't allowed to go in. Like, it was, it was just
that's high.
Yeah.
So that video captures that whole thing and him actually graduating. So if you see that, you actually see
his actual graduation.
Yeah,
that's
like,
super dope.
It's more like it's a music video, but it's like more like a moment in his time.
Which is what you've been on the show, you've talked about this before. You have, like, you want to be a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like now
You're a filmmaker.
Now you have
this
like a working cast.
It's not like I just have one person.
Yeah, you have a bunch of personalities and everything. Yeah.
So if Mescal doesn't have anything,
how do you write yourself into the story?
What do you mean?
Because now you're like, I mean, you're on both sides of the camera now. Like, you guys are you?
Oh, for Saul.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I did not think about that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check in with you.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped to do it. Like, because I like being in front of the camera. I just as much as I like being behind the camera.
Yeah, it's like Spike Lee, how he's in his movies sometimes, but he does it. You know what I mean? So
Spike Nuts.
Spike Nuts.
It's
Spike Mud's joint.
It's like I'm doing all this stuff and it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But once it's time for me and Val to be in front of the camera, I'm gonna be like, yeah.
As it begins, thoughts start to spin in a cycle, like I was with soft as a mother's touch, sharp as a father lost. As it begins, thoughts start to spin in a cycle, like I was wind in hell. She's a breath of fresh air. Exhale, I'm the heir to her throne. Sway forth and back, now back and forth. But the one with the most class of valedictorian in Victorian architecture. Embers burn in your texture as the temperature rises. Degrees are the breed to my iris. Chastising eyelids, traveling islands with you. While them little boys grab a tissue, you dwell in my brain cell with no bell. Mademoiselle is bad as hell and good as heaven. Asking if I could be your ending. And good mornings, chasing like liquor and orchids. You and me, baby, got the force to raise orphans. Endorphins above the clouds, you're astounding, moon. It's to you I'm howling, so blow me a kiss. The leaves start to spin as I sit, painted with all the colors of the wind. As it begins, thoughts start to spin in a cycle, like I was wind, soft as a mother's touch, sharp as a father lost. As it begins, thoughts start to spin in a cycle, like I was wind in hell. She's a breath of fresh air. Exhale, and I'm the heir to her throne. Cool, calm and destructive, luscious when you're lusting, lost in oblivion. Not used to living in this loveliness you bring. Hummingbirds start to sing symphonic melodies and sharp harmonies swing forth and back, now back and forth. Any path chose, know you have support. Commit when you don't have to compare, cause there is none. Let me feed you passion and wisdom, deplete Catholicism, religion, and all the isms, dividing those caught in the eye of the storm. What was I to expect from an invigorating force? Of course, baby doll of that rough in the course. Swing forth and back, now back and forth. Majestic massages to your back. It's both pushing the leaves on the swing, sliding through trees. Your sex on the beach, except with no drinks. And I'm desolate and sick of an old passion. Spoke to her in Latin just to emphasize romantics, mi amor. I hear you knocking at the door and I open it as if hope exists, but you switched. Movement is now stiff, no longer free to call you my Frida Kahlo, no. The leaves no longer spin, but I can't call her a witch just cause she's gone with the wind.
You know what he's gonna do, right, guys? He's gonna pull out all that stuff that he had of saving. He's like, oh yeah,
all the cool shit. Oh, by the way,
all the cool stuff I found. Dude, guys, Teck, I want to talk to you really quick before we get out of here. But one of the questions I have for the group is, do you guys see, like, moving forward, how do you guys keep, like, what's your, like internally, what have you guys discussed about keeping the unit tight? Like, what are things in place, like the culture of East of the River? Is there, like, a culture of East of the River where, like, okay, if we disagree on something, if we do, like, is that already in existence?
Oh yeah. There's open minds to the foolish. Like, if somebody says something or feels something, they're gonna say it without any restraints, without anything. They're gonna.
We're like a family. We talk a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like we keep it 100.
and 10.
Like, yeah, we real with each other. That's just how we roll. And like, you have to have thick skin to be around us.
What's the last thing someone told you, especially being in kind of a leadership role, Mescalito?
Well, everyone blames me for everything, first and foremost. Motherfuckers be like, you didn't schedule something. Well, you didn't care that I scheduled it last week. You only care that it fucked up your schedule. You're not really worried about the whole scheme of it. I'm here every fucking day.
Welcome to the leadership.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, just handling that, but also everyone's real cool, man. I think like you guys were saying, you're in a marathon, you're in the trenches with them. You know, you want to be able to be there with someone who man,
you can depend on.
You're in there in the fucking grimy all the time. You know, this shit ain't always gonna be so pretty and glamorous. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be you know, you're gonna have your days where you don't want to do it. You gotta do it.
And it's interesting because you bringing that subject up, that was exactly what I wanted to ask about, actually, because like it's definitely a lesson that I've been learning a lot in all the projects that I've been working on the past couple of years too. Is,
creating the culture,
right? Like people, like you're gonna need to want to hang out. Like if you don't want to hang out together, like I don't know how you can pull that off. And I know there was a time where I feel like that was a common topic in hip hop, where it's like, yo, we're just here to work. We're gonna meet up. We're gonna do the work, and we're gonna leave.
I don't even have to like your shit.
We're just
it's probably
here to
better than
work.
you do, though.
Yeah, I know. I feel like just little by little, you'll start dragging your feet, and you're like, I don't want to show up to the recording studio because I don't really want to hang out with this dude. You know?
True that.
That's gotta. If that's a natural thing that you have, and like the vibe and the energy of the crew, like that's huge.
Yeah, and it's so natural because every time we do a show, or if we're done with the show, we're like, hey, let's go to so and so's house. Let's go let's go drink. Let's, go chill at their house. And it's like, that's what family members do. That's what you do with family. Like, hey, let's go over your house. Or
there's a genuine want to be around.
There's a genuine want to be around with everybody because everybody just brings out the best in everybody. Like just to be around, and it's crazy. I love it.
Each other's asses
yeah.
Yeah, most deaf.
Tech, let me ask you this, dude, because you got to be. This is what's exciting for you. You're in like a spot too, right? That as this wave is building, you're about to have a release as well.
Yeah.
And so you're going to be one of the first people to taste like the full power of East of the River because things are like all in place.
Yeah.
Is that something like going into your project you've already thought about? Like, oh shit, because now there's no way that eyes aren't going to be on you.
Oh, of course.
Whereas before it could have been like, hey, whatever the promotion gets to, but now it's 100% assured that people are going to check what's coming next.
And I think that's what drives me more than anything. Is just the pressure.
Yeah.
Just the want of exceeding, wanting to be more than what you were yesterday.
Yeah.
You want to, grow. You want to climb the ladder to the next level that people wish they can be on. You see people on TV or doing their thing. Yeah, like I can do that, but they don't really see the hard work. People want to be, famous or whatever, but they don't want to put the hard work in. And that's the thing about being great, or that's the thing about being, dope in the industry, that you're not just giving out great music, but you also have that work ethic that that's going to drive you.
The hardest workers are the most famous people on the planet.
I mean,
true that.
It is. Yeah, it is.
You can only imagine the people that are up on that next level, how much they're busting their ass. If we're working this hard to do this, I'm just like, be careful what you complain for or what you wish for. Because those things will end up being the things you complain about next year because they're so heavy to hold. So understand, and I told these guys that too, like
that's dope.
They don't have, unfortunately and fortunately, they don't have to fucking put out 4 mixtapes like I did.
Right.
Fucking do back-to-back years. I did 112 plus shows in 2015 and 2013. I mean, 2016. I did over 100 shows in those years. Like 200. I was like, fuck, dude, it wore me out. And I tell Kanisha, who's one of the youngest guys in that clique, like, your project, everyone's gonna listen to.
I know.
Bro, they're gonna be like, who's this fool that EOTR's putting on? Like, why him?
He came out of nowhere.
But where's this cat? Same thing with Teck. And you've been around, Teck's been around for a few years. He's put out music here and there. I'm like, understand, this shit is gonna be looked at. People are gonna dissect it. They're gonna listen to it. They're gonna judge it. They're gonna love it. They're gonna hate it. Everything in between, So I have confidence in these guys, though, man.
That's dope, though. I mean, I think as long as you guys are aware of that, I don't think there is much more you can plan for. Like, you got to be aware of all these things and then just be fluid, because this shit, you like pay dues. You can wake up one morning and life is different. And hopefully, if you guys keep doing everything you're doing, that is the life you'll live. Is that every few months, life is going to be different.
Right.
Every few months.
I feel it, man.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the date, like probably 2 days before MERS hit us up, I told Kiddo and Max that. I was chasing, like, people's awareness. I was after, hey, I need more people to listen to me. I need more this and that. And not that I regret that, but now I see that sometimes you waste effort in that, and all you really have to do is focus on making the best art that you can and getting it heard by the best people, and you'll probably be okay. And anyone out there who's listening right now, who's young and they're coming up, and you want 100 people to listen right away, and you want all this shit right away. It's like, chill out. Get as good as you fucking possibly can every day, and then you'll get a placement. And once you have that placement, more placements come about. Because the tours of 2018 are getting booked today.
Absolutely.
And the dude's opening his catalog, the dude in Europe, or whatever, he's on the internet, and he's going, who can I book? I already booked all these other fools. Who's the fool in 2018 that I'm trying to book? I got $2,000. This is all I can do, so I can't go get, Tyler the Creator. So I got to get Killa Teck here because he just rocked, paid dues.
And the return on investment is better because he's fresher, he's new, and I can pay this much right now. And that's a real thing.
And we used to chase, I just wish I could. Now I'm just like, man, it's actually won here. The battle's won here in the studio every day. You work, you get that feeling, you bottle it, and man, you'll get the placement. I just know it now, and it's crazy. I told Kiddo and Max, dude, don't even worry about it. Fuck all this. Just focus on your music. All this stuff, we already have it moving. People are gonna hear it. People are gonna discover it. And then 2 days
you
later,
did all those things so that they wouldn't have to. And it is the reality is, and Arash and I talked about this last week, is how people don't. It seems like and gratefully, I think there's more people understanding this now. But because you've been following this. I mean, we've talked about this. Like you're that guy who studies like, okay, this is moving here and these numbers are here and the trends. But that is the business now. Like if you're not doing that, you're not even competing. And that's the reality of it. And that's the sad reality of it because sometimes you'll evaluate somebody's career and you can tell just, wow, they're huge steps. They might be super talented, but they are huge steps from turning this into a career because there's certain things that have to be done. And consistency is everything.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely everything. If you literally, we said this the last time me and Muds were together, as long as you just keep doing what you're doing and don't quit, you'll get everything you want. You'll get everything you want. So that's how many people quit.
For some people, it might take a little longer.
It doesn't matter, though. You know what I mean? The reality is if you have it in you, and you're not going to stop till you get it.
That's that underlining, like, characteristic. That's what you need. That attitude. That's what I'm trying to push out of these. Out of everyone that's around me, I fucking push them. And I won't just do it to anyone I meet on the street. If I want to just have a conversation with you about whatever, I'm not going to go up to you and be like, what are you doing with your life, motherfucker? And like, I'm not that dude. You don't see me on Facebook, wake up today, you're on it. Like, I appreciate that shit. I click. I love that motivational shit. But for me, I'll push people so hard. I know how I am that I have to get the permission to do it. I can't just come up to you and now I'm going to just whip you into shape. Like I want you to say, are you down for this? Because they have to want it. You down for this?
He's not going to push somebody that he doesn't believe in.
Like it might kill you straight up. Like I'm gonna fucking see what the fuck you're made out of.
Not literally, folks. He's not gonna actually kill anybody. If the FBI is listening, Mescal does not planning on killing us.
Yo, real quick. I feel like we should just at least say something about this. You guys are in a largely Latino neighborhood right now, right? There's a lot of racial tension going on. We're a day after the Virginia incident, which people will now know somebody lost their life because Nazis attacked.
There's 26 injuries. 2 police officers died in a helicopter crash.
That were responding to the event. I mean, how are you guys, when you guys are watching this play out?
By the way, the last response was that, like, Trump said, a bunch of different sides are responsible for this.
I saw the speech. He said, he's like, it's both sides. It's both sides.
And the neo-Nazi leaders were like, that's really good of him not to just call us out. Thank you.
Yeah, and the only thing that really happened was a bunch of people who don't like anything but white people showed up. And then there's other people who don't agree with him. That's all that's what happened. There was only one bad side to it at all. That's all that happened. And like they're like, well, people, are angry on both sides. Well, no shit. If a bunch of people show up and go, we hate all of you, you're all animals.
Aren't us.
It's going to and there's immature people in the world, people are going to respond to that. It doesn't matter. But what do you guys feel right now? Like you guys are starting to get on a platform where people are listening to the things that you have to say and your opinions on more than music. what do you guys see like the racial or misunderstandings happening right now?
One of my roommates and I were talking about it yesterday night about how I think people forget that right now specifically all white people have this perception of them that they're racist and that they hate brown people and that they don't like people of color, when in reality, to a large extent, it is very true and it's being very exposed right now. But to a certain extent, it's not completely true.
Right.
Like, I know a lot of white people who love our culture and love, brown people and love the community. But again, at the same time, there's just certain things that they're not going to understand.
Right.
But I think that this whole racial divide and racial tension and this whole extremist view right now is so widely driven and viewed because of the media.
Yeah.
And how much they how they pile drive this tension into your head and into this. I think it's just to obstruct fear and to make us
the breaking news stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, like
everything's breaking news.
I have a line in one of my songs. I say, "Change is not defined by the color of your pigment," and literally the only thing we can do right now, because honestly, it makes you feel a little hopeless. Like I see it go. I live right across the street from the Mariachi Plaza.
Yeah.
I see the gentrification coming in at a fast rate.
Yeah.
Down the street there are these beautiful apartments. I just went to go get gyms across the street.
Yeah.
Which is literally just a block away from these nice ass buildings, and there's some guy who's on either PCP or meth or some crazy ass drug and is doing crazy backflips across the street and screaming.
I know that dude.
Yeah. you know who I'm talking about.
Hey, my homie.
How athletic.
He's crazy, and it shows you the duality of the world within our city. You go to the finance district and there's, and this has always been a problem. And I think we talked about this on our last show. I used to live across the street from Pershing Square.
Yeah.
I lived off Fifth and Hill, and you have these high-rise buildings, men in really fancy suits, badass Beamers and Lexuses, and then you have people who are like falling asleep on the street and pissing themselves because they're like shit drunk or batshit crazy or have nowhere to go, have nothing else for their lives. Nothing else going on. And I think that's one of the craziest dualities of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And of our world right now. There is a constant, there's a high-ass influx of like almost third world poverty within Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then
For sure.
you have this high-ass technologically advanced, rich, white-collar portion of America that doesn't really doesn't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, the divide is people are seeing the divide a lot more now than they ever did, because a lot of the wealth that we think exists in this country has all been credit.
Yeah,
It's all show.
Yeah, it is.
Like if everybody lived within their means, you would not be seeing as many nice cars on the road.
Right.
But it's just this modern day slavery. That's how it works.
Yeah, man. I think as artists, we are responsible to speak our views, and we've already caught in flack for it.
Right.
But I mean, I'm cool with that too.
That's gonna happen.
We're
no
gonna
matter
disagree. That's fine. I'm not someone who has to like.
I mean, you've always been an artist that speaks up about.
Yeah, like here and there, I'll have tracks where I have fun, other tracks where I'm talking about more serious stuff, or I take jabs at certain stuff in a clever way where you understand too, because one of my mentalities has always been like, go be that change then.
Yeah.
Go and make a difference. And shit, that's what I've done. Yeah. Like we're saying.
Yeah.
I'm a Chicano rapper.
Right.
But I'm not a Chicano rapper.
Right.
As weird as that sounds. But I'm coming from the neighborhoods that they're rapping about. I live on the streets that they're claiming.
Yeah.
And I've grown with my community as a face of it.
Right.
As an example of, hey, we sound like however the fuck we want to sound like.
Right.
Yeah. Straight up. And I don't know, like this whole Trump shit and everything else, like I do feel like we need to write that track. Yep. We need to make that, not necessarily fuck Donald Trump, but like some shit that tells you where we're coming from and what we're seeing out of this. Because I think that's greatly missed out of hip hop right now.
Yeah.
We talked to Davey D about this when we went to Ish to Fish's class, taught by Davey D at San Francisco State University. He's like, you guys need to make a song for that orange man in the white in that blue suit.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I like that
super
orange
dope.
man in a blue suit. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do something for that. and just seeing all this stuff that's happening right now, man, it's just like people just ain't gonna take it. They could run us over, you know, they could run people over or whatever, but I think it's what it is that people just ain't gonna take it anymore. And it's so in your face that it's like both sides. And then the other side of it is, to me, it's like the white supremacy shit, the reason they're coming out is because of Donald Trump, and they know they're losing it. They know that it's a fight they're losing.
Right.
Like, we gotta be smarter.
They're
and
on the wrong
understand.
side of history, no matter what.
And if you're feeling hopeless, if you feel like you don't know which direction to go in, I think I was given this advice yesterday from my dad because we talked for a little bit, and I was just kind of like, when things like this happen, because I'm pretty much on my own, I don't know how to react to it, and I'm just like, I search for guidance, and I don't. When you see all these things going on within the world and even within your community, or when it's miles away, you don't know sometimes what to do or how to go about it. What avenue do you take to stop this? Honestly, if you feel lost, my dad told me the only thing you can do is the exact opposite: love and accept. And he told me the same thing. You know, you're a writer, write about it. You're documenting history, you're documenting the times right now. People are going to look back and listen to your music and think like, wow, this is what was going on. And that's really, and pass it on, pass the message on.
I agree. I think it's such an important time for. I was talking to Kali about this the other day, and we were just talking about Callie, and we were talking about like future things we're gonna do like in the future, like just artistically. And I was like, yo, man, like honestly, I feel like I'm at a place where we don't have a whole lot of time. You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot of time of what we know as the United States is right now. If anybody's betting that this is going to just stay exactly how it is for even the next 2 years, you're fucking crazy. Exactly. Everything speaks of breakdowns of systems that are happening, and there's nobody better to speak about it than people who've been through the ringer of the system a lot. And I think a lot of hip-hop artists know, because you do have this undeniable connection to your neighborhood, to your street, to your community, because that's just what hip-hop is. And I understand, like, even though I am of a strong proponent, people are probably sick of it by this time, I think you should make whatever the fuck you want to make. There is no rules. I do feel, though, however, right now I can understand how we don't really have time to talk about nonsense. We don't have time. We just don't have time. Hopefully we will later on, when we can all celebrate that we all came together and love worked. That'd be the greatest time to turn the fuck up. But I honestly think right now, the formula that I would love to see more of, and I know it's definitely where I want to go, is turn the fuck up. Just say something. It's not that hard. There's cadence. I mean, you guys hear the cadences on the radio, and it's like 4 words through the entire song. What if all 4 of those words were just about love? And you could turn the fuck up on that. Or change, or whatever it is. You can still have fun. Because I think most of the time people think, oh, you're raining on the parade. Is what you're saying is you're raining on the party, or you're the party pooper. No.
It's a time to party.
Oh, why y'all trying to get all serious?
Yeah.
You really think that we have a whole lot of time to party right now? Like, yesterday, dudes in Nazi uniforms killed an American. We have people who fought in World War II against Nazis, and we're allowing people who claim the Nazi flag to walk on our streets and kill Americans. If that doesn't wake people up, I don't know what will. And we're in a perfect time to put that on a fucking record. You know what I mean? And I think that's where we're at. And that's why, dude, honestly, I'm excited for groups like your guys who continue to push out of the box. Everything you guys do is out of the box. And because I don't think there is another answer right now. All the plans we've tried before didn't work. They didn't work. That's why we're in the situation we're in right now. Somebody has to have the balls to try something different. And it's super dope that you guys are doing that. Thank you guys so much for being on the show.
For sure.
I think it's amazing. We will see you guys at Paid Dues. Yes. I gotta film all of that shit. We'll be there. Guys, please support everything East of the River does. In a little while, you're not gonna have a fucking choice because they're gonna be everywhere.
You will see us even if you don't want to.
Paid Dues, give them the date. Give them the date so people get there.
September 16th and 17th, right?
Yeah. Same as the Canelo.
No, it's Canelo and Triple G.
Yeah,
fight,
Triple G.
Which I'm betting on Triple G.
I agree.
I'm betting a tattoo
Ooh.
On my ass for it.
Wow.
Straight the fuck
You heard it here
up.
first.
You know what's crazy about
Hashtag Mescalito's ass.
Hashtag also next to Independence Day, and we're the only Latino group performing that day.
Awesome.
Damn. That's amazing.
Shout out to 2Mex for hosting.
Shout out to
Fucking
2Mex.
dope.
Shouts out to
Keep
2Mex,
Botany.
man.
Check out Botany.
Yeah, check out Botany's out right now.
Zaybotany.com, engineered by this guy right here, Viva Mescal.
Awesome.
Right here in this studio. So
In the studio that we sit in at this very moment.
it's gonna be
In a tie.
iTunes,
Yeah.
He did it in a
Spotify.
tie.
Me and
He's
Muds
in
are
the- he's
gonna
in the
go
one
film a music video right now for a single I have called Heaven Behold.
Awesome.
So I'll be
That's
playing
why-
a Mormon who gets corrupted by a bruja.
Oh.
So
I like
watch
it.
the video.
So give him that. You might
No,
need to
makes
give him that
sense.
mescaline.
Yeah.
So he
Most
can get into
definitely.
character.
Just trip out during the
Muds is gonna call us, man, I can't find him, man. He flew up on the roof and I don't know where he's
The
at.
video of her giving him the.
Yeah. Next thing we see is like helicopters flying around. It looks like it's on 10 East. There's an independent rapper named Mescalito.
The
Fucking
Mormon
freeway.
man hanging off of a building.
Hey, publicity, baby. We
Yeah,
need something.
it's good timing.
Yeah,
what's up.
perfect timing.
Anybody else have releases or tell people how to get in touch with everybody?
You can find us at EOTR Network on IG.
Okay.
That's the easiest way. Killa Teck will be dropping an EP. Don't Sleep will be dropping an EP. Ganesha will be dropping an EP. I'll be dropping an EP. And Mad Max will be dropping
Kiddo
an EP.
too.
All
And
within
Kiddo
what, how much?
before paid dues.
Holy.
Let that one
also
sink
saying
in.
he's dropping
Wowzers.
EP.
And Soul Providers will be dropping an EP. We'll all be dropping a
Wow.
project before paid dues.
That's amazing.
4 consecutive weeks.
Four
consecutive weeks leading up to pay dues.
dues.
Awesome. And if you
That's
guys
so
are
dope.
listening to this on iTunes, Stitcher, or TuneIn, you can go over to platformcollection.com. All those things will be on there. Their links will be on there, and connect with them ASAP. And if you guys are looking to do business or pay them for shows,
Yeah,
get
hit
them
us up.
get out Mescalito.
EOTR Network. EOTR Network. Hit up Ish the Fish, our manager.
Manager.
And don't text
We'll
them
get-
asking for money for shows.
Yes.
This time,
Be clear.
Yeah,
be clear.
very
Say,
clear that
we
you're
are going to
giving
pay
him money.
you because Mad Max is going to get confused. Next thing you know, these guys are going to be broke.
What do I
They're going to be
do?
like, we paid for
What do
every
I
show
do?
for a year.
We had something wrong with the
Something
business
wasn't
model.
going quite
Just-
right.
But we had some great shows.
Guys, thank
That's
you
what's
so
up.
much,
Thank
man.
you.
We'll see you guys next time.
You may now flush the toilet.
Watch, I get them high with a drop. With a voice box like mine, how could I not proceed when they want me to stop? How could I not give it everything I got? Trying to top those already on top. Take a look at the clock, it's time, fellas. Ladies, I know you feel on the back of your mind dweller. I'll bring you to the surface, away for the night terror. The second I hear you whine, then it's back to the wine cellar. Back to the underground, the place where they rhyme better. Why hide the torch away from the rappers in my era? How could I not reply when they yell from the top? With a poem on my own, handwritten in stone. It's like lately I just live in the zone. I'm restricted on that one-way ticket and I'll never come home. Never be cloned, only reborn. I'm restarted now. All that other shit sugar-coated and watered down.
Yeah, east of the river, Maple City in this bitch. Yo, more like the shit they talking, always feeling so minuscule. Got you lacking on them corners just like them hustlers do. No love, nobody to say it wasn't you, but it wasn't you. Then they catch you slipping on the avenue. But me, some peeps just gotta breathe it. I'm young, brown skin, description of a kingsman. My team pure as the water flow. Barrage is like some fake fucks, just love to eat it. Some don't get the cookie from the jar, so they gotta beat it. Get it, beat it, bust a left on the Yachty album. Here come the pussy as comments, but fuck it, I gotta eat it. Tired of fucking up, why? Love fuck shit up in the cup, fucking up rappers are rough. I know you wanna see it. Loyal to this game like passing you my bitch, tricking you the fuck, but kills you when you didn't see it. Left you hanging like your dog slinger. All I gotta say to these fake MCs to sit on my middle fingers. One.
Yeah, soul providers. Wishes, wow, yo. The road's full of bumps. I think I got the skin toughened up. The thesis is a phoenix risen from the ash of my blunts. I'm actually tough. This ain't a facade. I'm aiming for God. Judea of Ezra, Allah, Enoch, Sadat, the Gotama. The time is now. Tighten up the bolts and kinks. Get ready for battle. Prepare for a dream. Appreciation. A speck of dust rises like energy. Medicating the inner me. Befriend the enemy. I'm everything and nothing at all. Acceptance. Life flows within me and without me. The spectrum, the lectures are nectar. Yes, sir, professor. King of the castle, but no jester is lesser. braggadocious, what they all about. So I got with a humble ass click and went all out. More concepts, more problems, nothing is clear. My sanity's a chandelier, I'm barely hanging in there.
Oh, solar eclipse got me feeling mad, energetic. Yo. EOTR flowing down the east side. Hit a vein, a joint, and a fucking gold mine. From holes in the walls to rocking at paid dues. You still tripping on that, get over it, it's late news. We can never be stopped, that's word of Viva. Mescal, a master's degree, never lacking synergy. Mad Max with mad facts like long distance pen pals. And drastic on the scratches, don't sleep on yourself, man, don't sleep on your spirit. Chilling with Ganesha, micheladas, aguachilas. A levitation in the sun reflecting like a Sunday, a sun ray. I watched it vanish in the dark with the strings on her guitar. That's EOTR, shining the brightest with the darkness in his heart. The light was in her mind and it blossomed in the yard. Said, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Killa Teck, and I represent the East of the River Network like this. The monstrosity. I'm taking it over to making it known. You been shaking the cobra, the venomous. I will never be kosher. I'm losing my friends, but I'm losing my focus. I'm taking it back and I'm giving a warning. I gotta be killer with killer, be on it. I give it a fuck about any opponent. I'll be smoother than butter. Did I stutter? Killer be one up on you, sucker, sharper than box cutter. A rock rider. The mold liners give you Alzheimer's. Y'all better bar up, cause in this ring you'll get nothing but clothesliners. My crew was tighter than the noose, and loser not an option. Wasabi flow got you, don't rock and catch you when the fool's behind you. My adrenaline pumps whenever my buffs got the cypher in my clutch. I'm ready to munch the cannibal's lunch. All you silicone rappers, y'all better move over. We playing bulldozer. East of the river got you dripping off our swag, super soaker. Haters get the coolest shoulder. We coming to take the win. The hateful lake don't hate to sin. I'm losing on my weight again. They say, Teck, man, you don't got no fucking music out. You say you're hard as fuck, but no one knows what you about. I guess you're right for the simple fact that I let y'all live, cause this is only your 20, homie. You don't want to get 86. Killer.
This is Kiddo 562. I just been waiting for the op to prey upon the game, and ever I'm kneeling to Allah. Said they wanna make some noise, kiddo about to sun prawn. I'm thirsting for these hits like submissives, I cry Macan. I dropped the bar like barely about a year ago, and still do more in one verse than you in your whole career. You wasn't fucking with me till I made you taste me down. All of a sudden everybody wanna taste it now. You feel me? Like I remember when kiddo was just a seed and was out here getting dissed by these pussies with bigger egos. Now they be like, yo kiddo, let me get you on a feature now. Don't hit up my crew cause they ain't fucking with you either. Shit, your little bitch is anemic. We be the antonym, the analog. You shit like Atlas up against Olympians. Almost like I've been called upon like Paul in 1 Corinthians. Shit, I'm tired of talking, Max. Go ahead and fucking finish him.
You know I got you. East of the river. What up, Merce? Good looks, man. Hey. Said I'm past the fact of writing raps just to journal them. I could've went commercial, but I'd rather be eternal. Sunshine of the rhyme is mine, illuminating yours. May that pay dues line up. Hope you salty asses say this more. What's the fun without the beat? The grief will give you. If you didn't have the seat, there is no peace for you to enter. If you need like one thing for this flow, just to remember, man, there ain't no LA without East of the river. It go Mad Max, don't sleep. Zzay, Kiddo, Mescal, drastic, so pro. That's Mighty Mutts and Fish Valve, 6 style. Like every time we wrote songs, Teck and G3, last legs to the Voltron. It don't stop, like how they gentrifying every hood. It's like how they steal my land and charge me even though they took it. Like even though I'm dropping knowledge outside the books, it's like it don't even matter. I'm still looked at as the crooked type. Fuck it, run a jukes tonight, run a jewels and book it right. Running town and rapper fools, we coming with a coup tonight. Off in every crew in sight, showing off our gruesome side. We just tryna get that shine in and call it Kubrick style.
Yeah, yo, look. Welcome back to my orchestrated attack. The new Chicano rapper, best backs, the sick Jack and Duke. Paid dues, rappers evaded like DMX taxes. Ha, happy you hating, that's feeding my passion. Imagine a world through John Lennon's glasses. That boom bap bomb-tastic, extracted from the past, future classic. Masterclass, lacking fans, but my shit is fantastic. Didn't get it, I had it. Didn't give it, I grabbed it. I'm grateful to say, after dues, we be the next paid. Invest in the state. Me and my crew share the fire like the hateful lay. Making music last forever. But living day to day, ayy. No pay to play, ayy. I get paid to play, ayy. No haterade, ayy. No keepers of gates. We single-handedly changed perception. Every rapper from East LA.
Now let that soak in. We the dopest since no one's ever been as dope as this motion picture unfolded before your eyes like an H. To be the age, Royal Heights, yo, meet your face. Where hip-hop explodes while the hipsters invade Los Angeles Jam, dropping Los Angeles gems. Every year we get higher like Los Angeles rent. I be offlandishly rambling every chance that I get, preaching the gospel of hip-hop to my kin, pushing generational win. So fuck the bullshit, fuck our image, close your eyes, bump the music. Cross our T's, out of the eyes, jump the broomstick. We in the killing flows business, baby, business is a booming. Paid dues 2017, Mighty Mud's behind the lens. DJ Drastic on the beats, we are EOTR. Peace.
Brought to you by PlatformCollection.com.